Working Class Beer Reviews is looking at Boulevard's Baltic Porter. So, the last of this stout series that I have from Boulevard. If you saw my short, you saw the carrot cake, chai latte. Now we have the Baltic Porter. Poured to this goblet chalice type glass. Ooh, nice pour. Oh, I could fit more in there, but I'm gonna let that set up. Oh my goodness. So, what is? I want to say I don't have a good setup here. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm not professional. Looking on the website here, the Boulevard Brewing website. The Baltic Porter barrel aged in red wine and bourbon barrels. So it's got some wine and bourbon barrel flavors to it. 11.5 ABV, 22 IBU. So a little, like kind of in the pale ale range of IBUs. EBC is 30. Now, if you watched my video on the chai latte, it's like 92 or 82 or something like that. So 30 means it's going to be a lot lighter in color, but by the pour, it didn't look like it was too terribly light. Barrel aged, well rested Baltic Porter, aged in red wine and bourbon barrels. Our spin on a traditional Baltic Porter. That's not a style I've never ever tried. The Baltic region is like north of Poland, like Sweden, Finland, in that area. You know, you're going over, then you go over towards like Russia and Ukraine. So the Baltic Sea is up in that region. Aged in bourbon and red wine barrels with roasted malts, hints of dark chocolate, and red wine tannins. So they must like really ring out maybe some of that wood. Find this beer exclusively in our 2024 fall barrel aged mix pack. So yeah, not much that they have on this. They let the head. The head didn't really. Got a few drips out of there. So yeah, one more look at the label here, so you can see it. It is in one of the smokestack style bottles. Boulevard Brewing Company, based out of Kansas City, Missouri, on Southwest Boulevard, established in 1989. Started around the time of the craft beer revolution. Well, the craft beer revolution would have started in the time that Jimmy Carter repealed the law or did something where it made it legal to make homebrew. So Sierra Nevada is probably one of the first ones that started doing that. Anchor Steam, and then you had the Boston Beer Company, Samuel Adams, Jim Cook. Apparently found some sort of recipe, started making it in his kitchen. I don't know how true that story is, but that's the one they go with. There's been a lot. Goose Island. There's some in any area of the country you live in, there is a brewery that started somewhere in the 80s. Goose Island started around like 88 or something like that. Late 80s, early 90s, big boom. And maybe there's a lot of people investing in stuff like that, willing to invest in the craft beer business, and I would say that was a good investment at the time because it took off and it just kept going through the 90s into the 2000s, and then Boulevard in the early 2000s or 2010s. Got bought out by Duvel, which I've mentioned in all the other videos about this package here. So what do you get? You get a really dark beer. So the color number doesn't really do anything for me because it's really dark. Even with this goofy light over here, I get like red to dark brown. so I can't really see through it. Sorry for the crappy lighting. I'm not a professional. I don't care to be unless it's going to make money for me. So, if I get an investor that wants to help me and do something for me, sure, I'll take off. And you'll notice my videos are going to get a lot better in quality. Okay, so in the smell, I get the maltiness of a porter. Like I said, I've never had an actual Baltic Porter, so I don't know what that means. I'm guessing it's just they're a lot stronger up there. So 11.5%, that's a pretty good, it's not a stout, so I don't know. When it comes to strength, I would think it would make it a stout. So there must be something that differentiates it from being a porter to a stout, because normally a stout's just a strong porter. And it could be the association of words. I smell like red wine, like the tannins and stuff like that. That's like the astringent, like the tannic qualities that you get. Sometimes you get that with some British ales too. Newcastle, the original Newcastle, you get some like tannic tea like qualities from it. Not like the chai tea that I did the last time. Sweetness. So when it comes to like the wine stuff that you might get from word association, it's going to be on your tongue. But you have to have had red wine before to know what that feels like. Wine does not typically leave like a clean finish. I mean, super dry wines will, but most wines will leave like a essence on your tongue. And that's kind of what I'm getting here. It's a bit of an essence on the back of my tongue. Definitely not a clean finish because of the porter aspect of it. Porters leave, ales in general leave something on the back of your tongue. And I'm not saying these things, I'm just trying to take it in. I'm not saying these things to disparage the quality of the brew. This is good. This is obviously a very high quality. You can tell that they tried very hard to make this. Red wine usually has more of an acidic quality to it than white wine does. And I am not, I mean, I drink wine. I'm okay with wine. I'm not like a purveyor or a sommelier or anything like that of wine. So I don't know all the ins and outs. And I don't, the wine that I've had some good quality wine in my region. Wildlife Ridge is just south side of town here. And they make wine. They make some really good wine. Um, Herman, Missouri, which you guys have probably seen some of my videos where I bought some beer in that area. That's like St. James Winery and things like that. And Herman is right along the Missouri River, just east of Jefferson City, which is the state capital. And that area is known, apparently it's really fertile. The ground is really fertile in the wine. The grapes grow really well there. And it's renowned for that. Stonehill is another one. Stonehill and St. James are probably the two biggest ones. And there's numerous, and I'm sorry for the other wineries that I didn't list. And they have, my wife and I went there a couple years back, and Oktoberfest, because we were married in October. So every time, if we were to go there on our anniversary, it'd always be Oktoberfest, which was delightful. Casey Beer Company had a lot of beers there. We had tried all sorts of different stuff. but it was great. It was a great time. Um, Something like this may have gone over really well, honestly, during Oktoberfest. A good, strong flavored beer. Um, like the other, so all three of these, with the Baltic Porter, the chai tea latte, carrot cake strong ale, I would never want like a 6 pack of either one of these all by themselves. So I'm so glad that I was able to buy like a sampler of the three. This is a really good find for me because I'm working class. I don't buy stuff like this on a regular basis. To be able to find a 6 pack for the price that I did, because some other people said that Boulevard 4 packs of the same size bottles as these, like a bourbon barrel quad or something like that, is the same price. So the fact that I was able to get a 6 pack for the same price as a 4 pack, thought there was a little droplet left. I'm so cheap. Is it makes it worth it to me that I got a 6 pack for the price of a 4 pack, and the quality is really good. You know, it's something different to try, something that I'll never get to try anywhere else unless someone was to make it themselves at home, and that happens from time to time. I don't brew beer, but I know people that do. You know, about the only thing I do alcohol wise. I would love to learn how to brew beer or make wine. I make limoncello, but that's pretty much a vodka infusion. You take Everclear and you soak lemon peels, like the zest, in Everclear for like a week. Strain it and mix it with a concoction, a simple syrup, essentially, to whatever strength you want it. And that's what the Italians drink. It's pretty good. I like it, and it's easy to make. So if I came across something like this again, would I try it for the right price? Yeah, I would try it again. Um, Otherwise, yeah, I'll just stick to what I know. It smells good, tastes good, looks good. There's not much else to say about it. So I appreciate you guys watching and tuning in for this video, and I will see you guys later.